Hello friends, I hope you are doing well. So this is the first week we have a relief for the USD dollars short sellers, but the question is, we are seeing really a trend change, or is going to be just a pullback? So I'm going to answer these questions, but before I start, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. So let's go! Friends, do you remember that the last week I showed you a spreadsheet of synthetic USD dollar created using the COT data? This week I did best. I coded it in the tool. So right now, as you can see, we have the syntactic COT data using the DXY weights, and this is telling us something very interesting. First thing, that we are indeed in a profit-taking pattern already. After we enter the month of August, the non-commercials have not added to dollar shorts. But the most interesting thing, if we look right here at this price level, we are going to see that looking at the last 5 years, and I think even on the last 10 years, if we consider just the non-commercials, just the commercials positions, we're going to see that we are in a price level where they like to take profits. So let's go back to the 5 years. So we have this this top right here. It was 15th of April 2006. So what I did, I went to the chart and I marked this last peak on 25th of April 2016, and there's a lot of coincidence right here, if you like to say it's coincidence. First thing, that we have the similar amount of lots here and here, and we also have similar price levels. So everything is telling us that I don't know if we are going to see really the trend change right here, or if we are going to see something like this. So we could expect a movement like this. So it's really hard to know if it's really trend change or just a pullback. But one thing I'm pretty sure, USD dollar, the bottom is in, and so if we see attempts of more downsides, you should buy the USD dollar from here. Okay, so friends, this is pretty clear from all the aspects that you can find, and it's hard to fight against. It's hard to fight against the positioning. Okay, so it's hard to see they adding more to shorts if in the past they did not. Okay, so I'm holding my bullish view for USD dollar, and I think this week marks the start of a bullish trend, or at least a huge pullback. Okay, so let's take a look on the Euro USD now. Now things start to get pretty interesting on Euro USD, because if you look on the positions, you will see that absolutely nothing changed. Even for the open interest, we had a cut in positions, but the net positions remain the same. And this is, for me, another clue that we are seeing a top exactly like we had right here. Okay, so for me now, non-commercials will control price. They will close the positions before they made a big move like this one. Okay, looking at the, if we look at the if we look at the half-life of the DXY, we are going to see that we are on a bearish cycle, and this bearish cycle is about to end on the 1st of September. That is exactly 1 week from now. So what we could expect is maybe this week we are going to see the price coming here, and then to see price making this movement that we are expecting. Okay, but no matter what happened, the idea here is do not try to short USD buying euro. Wait, because the easiest bet right now is to the downside. Okay, friends, so let's take a look on the other one. I think you all will remember what we are talking about the GBPUSD, why the big specs are closing positions. We are seeing the restarting of Brexit talks, and someone may say that now they are bullish, but in fact this amount of lots is practically neutral. And this is happening at an interesting point, because we are seeing that we are expecting USD to strengthen, and you all know that the GBP is part of the USD index. And also there is another thing that is interesting to note, that if you see that the GBPUSD and EURUSD both are doing a very similar pattern right here. And if we go to the fundamental score, both for Eurozone and for UK, we are going to see that they both are behaving similar. They are near the highs, but what we can see right now is that United Kingdom and United States are doing a very similar movement. And what this translates in maybe GBPUSD going sideways the next days. Why I'm telling you this? Because from the point of view of COT data, there's nothing. It's really hard to add something, because they are neutral. It's hard to say what they are going to do now. What I can say for you is that if we saw the economic data that is coming from the UK to start to deteriorate, we can expect a big drop on the GBPUSD. For now, I have no positions, but I remain with my bearish view. Okay, so let's take a look on the other one. Okay, friends. So USDCAD. It's not the first week that I talk that I'm expecting USDCAD to go up, but last week's what we saw was just sideways and maybe a little bit of a drop. And why is that? Why even with the increase 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in the net positions, why USDCAD can go up for sure? But first thing, there's a lot of reasons to consider. First, these guys, they can be just accumulating. So instead of being aggressive against the market and hit the ask side of the book, they are just working, they are just absorbing the orders. So they remain on the book, and the seller sells and they buy, but they not push the price higher. And that's a good strategy, because when they start to push, they already have a huge lots to make a big profit. But there's another thing that we must consider too. That is the fact of the fundamentals that we just discussed, and I think this week also marks the start of the USDCAD liftoff. And check this. Yes. This is one thing that I want to show you. You can see here how the data for Canada and United States was doing pretty well the both. But on the last week we start to see the data for Canada to trend down, and this of course will reflect on the USDCAD price. So I expect from here for this low to hold and price trend from here. And if you remember what we talked on the last week, you remember this about the historical volatility, and the bottom bands the lower expected for the month of August is 1.3163, and this objective was already met. So we should expect USDCAD to go up from here, and this makes completely sense if we are talking about USD strength. Okay, so that's a good trade to take. Higher RR risk return, and it's a good point. So you should try this one. Okay, my friends, let's take a look on the other one. USDCHF. Remember about how I was kidding about this number, that I was maybe inflating this number to make the net positions reach the point that I want. But right now is the first week that we saw non-commercials closing positions, and they are closing near these historical price levels, okay, and also closing near their selling power limit. This is not coincidence, friends. This is not coincidence. So, but despite what I think, what we must do right now is be ready to take longs. I have an order right here, so it's a stop order. Yes, and I'm expecting 0.94. USDCHF is also another pair that already went to the expected low for the month, and right now the easiest bet is to the upside for thousands of reasons. We are expecting USD strength. We just saw that the USDCHF is near historical support zone. It's also near the sell limit, the sell power limit. So there's no point to go short here, friends. Sometimes we can start to confabulate about the things because the interest rate here, interest rate there, and because someone said this, someone said that. Just stop with this bullshit, okay? You need to focus in one thing, okay? Focus on positions, focus on economic data, and this is leading us to the right way. If you see the past videos, you will see how I was telling you about these guys trying to push the price lower, but they could not, and they are now practically without of money to spend. So they will not care losses. They will not realize losses from here. So they will close positions and push the price higher. And if you look here, how commercials are positioned, they are well positioned for an uptrend. So don't be stupid, don't try to short it. But Leo, should I buy right now? No, wait a little bit, okay? See, we already had this impulse right here, retrace, and now price is trading inside this impulse. So let's wait, price take this higher, making another big impulse of price like this, and then we can enter with tranquility. And this is also true for GBPUSD. If you see, it's almost a similar chart, very similar. Both are doing the same movement. Can you see? And if we go to the COT data for USDJPY, we are going to see that also the pattern is to the same. So it's the third week that we are seeing, it's the second week that we are seeing big specs closing positions on the USDJPY. So friends, let's think together. We are expecting USD strength. We just saw that calculating the dollar index using a syntactic calculation, taking prices in consideration. We saw that this is the place where the price need to make at least a pullback. And if you don't like COT data, if you don't like COT data, you are watching the wrong video. But if you don't like COT data and you don't believe it, maybe you believe on supply and demand. And I think this chart speaks for itself. Let's take a look also on USDJPY. I also think this chart speaks for itself. And one last time I'm going to show this from DXY. This is the place where we had the last peak, the last amount of lots that is exactly the amount that we have right now. So again, a pullback is highly expected right here. Okay, friends, so not much to add that we had from the past week, just that we are in a top formation and our plan is triggering, so a little bit more patient, that we are about to get 500 pips here, 800 pips there, and that's it. After you made all this profit, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, my friends, have a nice week of trading, and that's it. See you. Bye bye.